हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू स्टेनो एस्पिरेंट्स। इस मैटर की पीडीएफ और डिफ़िकल्ट वर्ड्स के लिए आप टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। बी रेडी, स्टार्ट। श्री एस के मेहता, learned counsel for the society, contends that in this case both the parties had taken up inconsistent stands at different stages of the litigation, and in that state of affairs the courts below should have ignored the past conduct of both the parties and gone by the contents of the documents of title in order to decide the matter. The courts have held the conduct of the society in some of the prior litigation, but when it came to a consideration of the like conduct on the part of the plaintiff, they have chosen to make light of it, accepting the lame excuses put forward on his behalf. We shall therefore consider the impact, if any, of the earlier proceedings in this case on the question at issue. The detailed narration of facts set out earlier will show that the parties have not been consistent in their stands and have tried to blow hot or cold as the occasion suited them. Taking up the stand of the society first, the society in its application to the custodian for reduction of rent claimed successfully that what was allotted to it was only a plot of land and that the small shed thereon had been put up by the society itself. So also in its application for allotment dated 21/1/1957 and 15/10/1960, it referred to the property only as an industrial plot. The letters addressed by the society to the custodian and settlement commissioner as well as for reduction of rent and the order thereon are valuable pieces of evidence, both because they are anterior to the litigation between these two parties and also because they reflect the representations of the society and the findings of the very authority that allotted the property to the society. The society represented that it had been allotted only a plot of land and that the shed had been put up there on by itself, and this plea would not have been accepted by the custodian. Shri Mehta tried to argue that the custodian has only reduced the rent on general grounds and has given no finding that only a plot had been allotted to the society, but we are unable to accept this contention as both in the opening sentences as well as in the body of order there is a clear finding to this effect. This is a very strong circumstance to show that what was allotted to the society was only a plot of land. Secondly, the findings of the rent controller in the application under section 44 filed by the society, right or wrong, have attained finality as between the parties and to the society on principles analogous to res judicata to take a contrary stand in these proceedings. It is true that in the suit for injunction filed in 1964 as well as in its application under section 44 of the Rent Control Act, the society took up a contrary position and claimed that the property was tenanted premises. It is not clear why the society filed the suit if the property was subject to the Rent Control Act, and though it appears that the plaintiff pointed out that the property was the subject of proceedings under the Rent Control Act, the suit was eventually dismissed without any findings. Again, the society's claim in the second set of proceedings was rejected by the rent controller in the reasoned order on 9/3/1972. The statement of Ajit Singh is ambiguous, as it says on the one hand that there was a shed, but also says on the other hand that what was allotted to the society was only an plot, open plot. Stop.